94.3 Royal FM, the heartbeat of Kigali is what you're listening to this morning. My name is Juliana. It's Kigali in the morning. And today is Thursday. Today is Wellness Thursday. And I have my beautiful Masozera here to unpack a few things for us. Good morning, Isabelle.
Good morning, beautiful. How are you? I'm always looking forward to the red lip.
I'm Madame Red Lip, I've always been.
Yeah.
If it's either red lip or it's a gloss, that is it.
Good morning. You're glowing, by the way.
Thank you.
And we're going to be talking about the importance of, taking care of ourselves.
Yeah. Like she said, today's topic, we're just going to be talking about sexual wellness. Our topic is sexual wellness for today. And it's all about not whatever you think, but it's about emotional safety as foreplay. Mm-hmm. When someone hears sexual wellness, they will get everything.
The mind goes to so many things.
Absolutely. Now, when people think about intimacy, they actually often imagine physical touch, passion, or intensity. But the truth is, we all desire and thrive to actually feel safe in whatever we're doing.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
And now the person that is here to actually unpack for us or help us explore how safety creates connection, pleasure, and freedom in our relationships is none other than Isabelle Masozera. Good morning once again, Madame.
Good morning.
But before we get into that,
Yes.
Isabelle also has an amazing event that she has actually planned or she's planning for us.
Yes.
Every one of us need to be part of this event. Please tell me more about it and enlighten a bit about the event.
Yes, thank you so much, Juliana. We are so excited.
Yes,
So
I am excited.
Yesterday, I did put out some information that we are having what we are calling the Healing Couch. The Healing Couch is a sacred space. It's not an event as we would think. It is an experience. It is a sanctuary. It is an off-record but on-purpose space created for women to heal, to exhale, to breathe. It is for all women. The men are not invited.
Men are not invited. It's
Men
for
are
us.
not invited.
I
We want
agree.
women to just be able to let go, to be in a space where they can connect with others. They can talk about some of the challenges they're experiencing. We are having gurus who are going to be in the space that are going to lead us through practical healing. So don't come expecting panel discussions and conferences. Kigali has too much of that.
We have a lot of panel
We
discussions.
have too much going on. For us, we're going to make sure by the time you leave that place, your body feels like you just came out of the best massage you've ever received. Your mind is just relaxed, breathing, light. Your emotions are catered for every aspect of your well-being. And so we're super excited. We're
I
having
am
two people
excited.
coming into the country to pour into us. And it's on the 19th of October. Now, Juliana, this is the funny thing that happened. When I put out the information, we didn't even put it on social media.
No.
We only put it on my WhatsApp status. I
threw it on
inboxed
my- yes.
thank you. I saw that. I inboxed a couple of my friends and I'm like, please let ladies know.
Yeah.
And within 3 hours, we had 50% of the slots gone.
How amazing is that?
That's amazing. That shows you that women need this, but also people need to hurry.
Exactly
and
my
book.
point. People need to actually register very fast
Very
before
quickly.
slots run out.
Yes.
Because it's a limited number. We
Yes.
don't want it for so many other for the start.
Yes.
We don't want it overcrowded.
Yes,
So
yes.
make sure you register whenever you see that. Do you want to tell us how we can register?
Yes. Now, if you can follow Masozera Africa page, that is Masozera_Africa on Instagram, or just follow me, Isabelle_Masozera on my page, we are going to be announcing this afternoon. So the 50% of the slots that we are holding as we speak are actually going to go to the people who are going to very quickly go and register. We want you to register because we'll be approving everybody that gets to attend this event.
Okay.
Yeah, so we do have a couple of questions there for you to answer. And once you're approved, you can be able to pay 50,000 Rwanda francs and spend that afternoon and evening with us.
Guys, I can't wait. Do you want to tell us? Oh, you want to keep that for yourself?
We are not telling you.
We're not telling our guest
We're not
speakers?
telling you. We're not telling the
Okay,
guest speakers.
okay.
We're also only unveiling the location, which is exclusive. quiz it to the people who have registered. So once you register, then you get the information.
Ladies, this is for us.
Yes.
It's time to go to unpack all that has been loaded onto our mind and body and soul.
Absolutely.
And have, a free convo, with
Yes.
everyone out there. And the professionals will as well come through.
Yeah.
Now let's roll through our conversation today.
Yes.
Which is actually about sexual wellness. We are talking about emotional safety and so many other things. Gets me asking, what does emotional safety really mean in practice, Masozera? And how do we even recognize it? What are the micro behaviors that create that particular emotional safety around us?
So first and foremost, that's a great question, because we need to understand what that really is. I would describe it this way: it's a climate, it's a relationship climate where the two parties that are involved both can create a space that is free of fear of shame, free of fear of ridicule, free of fear of abandonment, free of fear of punishment. So all the negative things that can come with vulnerability from your partner. So there's freedom of expression that can be received with acknowledgement, with validation, with reflection, and also action. Yeah, so that's what emotional safety would look like. So maybe I could give an example, right?
Yeah, maybe that
so
would feel good.
Juliana and Isabelle are in a relationship.
God forbid.
Yes. And Juliana comes to me and says, Isabelle, I've been feeling anxious about us lately. I don't feel like our maybe sexual life is moving in the direction that I'm comfortable about, and etc., etc. Now, there are two ways I can respond to that. One is unsafe and the other is not safe, is rather safe.
Yeah.
Now, the unsafe option would be like, you're just being dramatic. We're fine. And you continue scrolling.
Isabel, those are very hard conversations to have.
Yes.
Most especially in Africa, most especially in Rwanda, where culture kind of holds people back.
Yes.
We have this thing that you cannot express yourself when it comes to your sexual wellness, because one, your partner will judge you.
Yes.
Partners judge each other.
Yes, they do.
You're holding back your happiness, because for me, I've always said that sexual wellness plays a big role in a relationship.
Yes.
Absolutely. Biggest percentage.
It's an actual backbone of
If
the
you are
relationship.
not happy in that particular section, how do you expect this to run through? Because we're holding back, our partners will judge us, because that is how we have been raised.
That
That's
is
how
the environment.
You also don't blame your partner, because he has raised in a manner that a woman doesn't get to tell you these things.
Yes, a woman is meant to satisfy the man, to please the man. These are the things we grew up listening to as young girls.
Which
So
is really I think it's unfair.
this is why we're having spaces like the ones we've created. The first event Masozera Africa ever did was on sexual wellness, and the conversation was bringing the orgasm gap, because women should be able to experience pleasure without shame.
100%.
Yes. Now, I want to circle back to the second option of the answer. When you come to me and you tell me, I'm feeling anxious, I'm not really feeling it in our sexual space. That's the unsafe answer, like I said earlier, was, ridicule. Like, you're just being dramatic.
Yeah.
And you don't even acknowledge, you move on. Now, the safe one would be to acknowledge, to stop whatever you're doing and hold space and say, okay, tell me more.
Listen.
Now you've acknowledged, meaning you've listened, but now you're also curious, right? And after that curiosity, validate. You may not understand, but you might hear. You can say, I hear you. Could you give me some examples of, what some of the things that I could have done that made you feel that way? And now the last one and the most important one, where men are not very gifted. But sometimes us women, we don't do any better, is reflection. When someone has told you something, us women, verbosity is in our blood.
It's inbuilt.
Instead of saying something in 1 minute, we're going to talk for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, try and summarize that in one sentence back to her. And that makes her feel like he's listening, I'm
going to tell you a story. This is real life story.
Yes.
Over the last weekend, I was seated there in a group of boys, as always. And we're talking about the same conversation and how it's very important. I kept giving my opinion of it's very important for a woman to express themselves if they are unsatisfied. Because I mean, we're looking at reasons why women cheat in a relationship.
Yes.
And I said I think the major one is unsatisfaction.
Absolutely.
They are not being satisfied
Yes.
in so many ways, but let's talk about the sexual one. And then then I told the boys, how would it feel if your partner walks to you and tell you how you are not satisfying them, and this is how we want it to be done?
Yes.
And then one of the guys said, I ran away. And I'm like,
it is
okay,
not an
seriously.
easy conversation. And that's why when we say emotional safety is the foundation of every beautiful thing, the blossoming of the relationship. When it comes to the woman telling you her deepest, darkest secrets, she needs to feel safe. When it comes to the man being vulnerable, and actually women are saying men need to cry, men need to cry. Do you know how toxic we are in those spaces when the men become vulnerable? We need to do some work on ourselves as well.
Yes.
And so emotional safety, I told a friend of mine just 2 days ago, and I said, we're going to have this conversation. And he burst out laughing. He's like, Jesus Christ, I don't think Rwanda is ready for this. But one of the things I told him, I'm like, there are two scenarios that men will have to come to terms with. When you meet a hot chana in a nightclub or at the bar, the only thing on your mind is,
that one,
right? And
automatically, guys. And let's not beat around the bush.
And nobody's blaming anybody.
No.
But the sexual experience you're going to have with this young lady is just to scratch an urge, to scratch an itch. And that the depth, the intensity of that is just that. But the most beautiful sexual experience you'll ever have will be with somebody that you trust, you're free with, you can do anything without judgment. It's just, you can both be. Kwibohora is what we call it. You can just show up with all your flaws, and just, it's a beautiful celebration of two lives coming together.
But also that gets me thinking, Isabelle, Kwibohora can only come when the other person has created that environment.
Yes.
You see, you don't just kwibohora with anybody.
Exactly my
Even
point.
people are married for 20, 30 years and they're not able to kwibohora around each other. They are still holding back about this particular
But
conversation.
because they're not feeling safe.
So what does it take for someone to actually feel safe around you to be able to kwibohora?
You need to make your sexual partner your friend, guys.
Yeah.
They have to be your friend.
Absolutely.
And especially within the context of marriage, you need to understand these women, like we said earlier, are coming from traditional cultural conditionings that don't really give them the space to come to you and say, this is what I need. Right?
Yeah.
It's all about, okay, my man, I need to take care of his needs.
I've got to make him happy.
I remember growing up, and I've said this on radio before, my mom would always say, you never leave your man to go out hungry. And that hunger was not only in the context of eating food.
If
it
you know,
is
you know.
all round holistic. Holistic wellness. And so you grew up hearing some of these things, and it's coming from a place of duty. But women deserve pleasure too. They deserve to, what emotional safety does, if it creates a bed for pleasure, for desires to be met, and in a beautiful celebration of love.
Let me get to this other question that I have for you. How does emotional safety change sexual well-being? And of course, why do safety and desires go hand in hand?
Okay. Now, number one, change for me comes to wellness, comes to thriving, comes to living the best versions of that unity that you have with this person, which means both of you need to be happy, need to get what you want out of the relationship. Now, emotional safety cannot happen, like we've said over and over again, if I cannot be open with you about the good, the bad, the ugly.
I hear you.
So it has to go hand in hand. Sexual conversations are very difficult. And Juliana, us as women, I also need to talk to us for a minute.
Yeah.
Some of us have a very bad habit that I also used to have. I'm working on it. The one where after the man is very, very happy and lying back and relaxing, it is when you want to have deep conversations.
I thought that's the best timing.
This is
because
some
we are
stuff
told,
that our grandmothers and
Taught
our
us.
aunties taught us. Those ones might work when you need him to buy you a piece of land and all
Isabel,
those things that don't need deep thinking.
they say that is the right time to actually
That's
ask
just
what you
manipulation,
want.
by the way. Can we just be honest? That's just manipulation. You're getting someone when they're at their weak
Is there
point.
anything wrong if you can manipulate your partner in a good way? As in, you have him manipulated, but in a good way.
Wouldn't
'Cause
it
the-
be even
'cause you see,
sweeter if
men-
you can do it without any need for
Because that's the
manipulation?
right. That is like his weakest point. You know what I mean?
Juliana,
You
someone
have him
hurt
at-
us.
at
We
the
need
grip.
therapy.
You have him on
What is that?
by the grip. You know, you have him. So that is when he can listen to you, because men don't listen. You know what I mean? When we are
Do
talking,
women listen?
We do. When we are
Do we
talking,
really?
when we are talking, most times we feel like these men are not listening to us.
Yeah.
So this is like the most sacred time, like the most, vulnerable time for him
But
to
it
have
is
your
not.
ears.
It is not. You're going to get a quick yes. The same way you
And
will
then the
get
next
it
is
when you
gonna
need
deny.
a car. And then the next day, he's going to come from office. They used to have this funny saying in Uganda for the Bachiga. It's going to be a Mochiga session. The Bachiga, please forgive me. It's
It's
just
all right.
hearsay. He's going to come home and he's going to say, twaji. Twaji. It is done. Me, I am gone. Now, number one, you need to understand something about men and women. Men are visual. They don't need much. All you need is the upper part of the body, somehow visible, and all his problems are done. He is going to get to his destination. Now, women are not. Some of you need mental stimulation to get there. Some of you need emotion to feel. All of us need to feel that emotional safety to be able to say, okay, within the shortest amount of time, I'm going to do what I want, give what I want, receive what I want, but all while taking care of the other person's needs as well. Now,
Interesting. But
it
also,
takes us back to the very point.
also that has worked for some people. If you ask what you want in the heat of the moment, it does work. I mean, people have been cars have been bought, people have been married.
But
in
again,
the
you're
heat of the
making my
moment.
point for me, Juliana. Those short-term goals can be met through that manipulation, which I don't advocate for. Okay? But the long-term things that require this mind of his, which is not functioning at 100% when you're making these requests, and it's
100,
not
he's
even,
not.
he's not making not. So if you're asking something of Isabelle, and I need to really internalize what it is that you need, why don't you find a conducive environment for us to be able to have the things that I told you matter to you, which is
there's one guy
listen,
who denied my
reflect.
trip.
Who what?
There's one denied my trip. He had promised me a trip at the Maldives, and in the heat of the moment. And then when we outright said, I did not say anything.
But
like
you
that.
are both to blame. Can we at least agree on that? You could have asked for it at maybe 2 days before the situation, but you actually went for the one thing. But seriously, I know this conversation can come off fun and all of that, but this is a very important thing.
Yeah.
Women today, especially, and gentlemen, I'm emphasizing women because I feel like they have the harder time in this particular conversation. Women today are actually on a flip side of things. Kigali has become Kigali. You gentlemen be there feeling very important. These women have also become like you. You know, when a man is not happy, you find these situations where he just outsources help. Women are
Even
also
us, we are going to
outsourcing
outsource
because they
where
can.
it has reached.
I'm
You're
not
giving us-
advocating for women to outsource, but this is
But
the
they are
reality.
we're leaving us with no option.
Yeah, but if we are both outsourcing, what are we doing, guys? We can go back to the basics. The basics being, in my mother's generation and her mother's generation, they used to have these little traditions that should teach us, that should send the signal of what sexual wellness should be. When a young lady was getting married, she would be put in a room. She would have maybe a couple of months of
Ghee.
ghee
Smearing
smeared all over her
ghee.
body, you know, massaging head to toe.
By the way, in some cultures, they still do
preparation.
that.
Exactly. But that sensuality is what the conversation should be. Women need that sensuality. You can cultivate it yourself, by the way. Because we talk about also foreplay and emotional safety you can outsource, you can get from your partner. Your partner can contribute that. But sensuality you can cultivate as yourself, Juliana.
How?
So maybe we don't have 3 days or 3 months to go and get cow ghee and the auntie coming to show you what to do and all of those things. But that, by the way, today have been weaponized to show as if they were meant to just take care of the man. They were not. They were meant to help you stimulate certain senses as a woman, like smell. You know, like there's certain other senses that can help you cultivate that sensuality. So by the time you reach this very blessed, visually centered man who does not need much, you know, you are at least at the same frequency. You've helped yourself to a certain degree. Now today you don't have that time, but you have certain things. Like for you who are privileged and you have some little money, when you go to buy soap, can you not buy the white one that washes clothes at home? Can you maybe invest in a nice little, you know, shower gel?
I was going to say certain brand of soap, then I remembered I would be selling.
You know, can you buy something that actually
You buy
makes
a white
you
stand, you shower.
did you know that you cannot give what you don't have? If you don't love your body, you won't teach your partner to love it.
And that's part
as
of
well.
wellness.
That's part of wellness.
Yeah.
And so when you know, even when you touch your body, you know, buy a little scent. Maybe we all can't afford Prada and Givenchy and whatever, Red Heels and all of that. But there could be, even if it is, I was going to, now these brands, we are not paid for these things, but they are those oils.
We are helping people.
There are those oils that can just, you know, massage that body. You look at women walking around. Someone looks like they've not taken water in 1 year.
They look dehydrated. But because of the frustration.
But why are you frustrated? Have the conversation.
Sister, these marriages are not easy.
But these marriages are made up of people. And by the way, couples therapy is a thing, guys.
Yes, sure.
Outsource help. Go to your pastor. If your pastor is not it, there's always that elder. I want us to go back to the things that worked. There will always be an elder in your family, in every family, who is level-headed. And if they're not there, outsource from your friend's family. Go to that elder. Say, honey, I have tried to talk to you. These things, it's not happening.
But also what people underestimate are those retreats. I mean, those drive outs of the town, and you have these conversations while you're having a couples massage, which people don't usually do. That's the time you have these conversations with your partner, and you get to have, but you know, this story, me and you, this sexual wellness and well-being, emotion, it can go on and on.
It cannot end.
Do you agree we actually have season 2 next Thursday? Because it looks like we're actually out of time. But before that, I want us to go back to how do families, cultures, and expectations from, I mean, you have a lot of pressure from family members and social pressures and so many things that the culture has actually designed. How does it affect intimacy and safety within the couple?
It absolutely does. It absolutely does. And I'll use examples in the interest of time. You get married, and from the moment you're back from your honeymoon, your relatives, your in-laws are asking when you're having a child. So now sex goes from let's get to know each other, let's find our conflict language, our love language, let's find, you know, our sexual interests and preferences. Let's get to know each other, to duty. I need to get pregnant.
I need a child.
I get these phone calls often. Isabelle, what can I do? It's been over 3 months. I'm not pregnant. I'm not having protected sex and things. And I'm like, why don't you take a minute to just enjoy each other? And then they'll start to unpack. And so you realize that the beginning, the foundation is already wrong for this relationship, for these two people. Yeah. And so my plea to society is we need to back off a little bit. Let married people breathe.
Can you just say that again?
Yes, people. Let's back off. Let's let them find their rhythm, and in God's timing, children are a blessing from God. We don't need to be putting that kind of pressure on our young people. So there's so many of those. We don't have enough time, but it's a big contribution.
It does. When we get married in Africa, in most families, people, I think family members have expectations from that marriage.
Yes.
Which I don't know why we always have expectations.
Because we gave cows. They want yours
it
alone.
doesn't matter. What should we
paid.
do? Did you buy? Did you buy or
But
you
we
appreciated?
definitely have a long way to go. But I also want to caution aunties as well. We have preparation sections like the bridal shower, where you just, I don't know whether it's the devil himself moving in human flesh. People just come to terrorize this young lady. You know,
What do
they're
you mean
talking
terrorize?
terrorize. Have you heard of the stories they say to these young girls when they're going to get married? None of it is healthy, and none of it is for the young lady. Most of it is for, you literally feel like a sex slave going
You're
into
a
the
servant.
space, like a servant, and it's not helping. So we need to reframe. One thing I will leave with people today. This generation, we are cycle breakers, but we are also cycle beginners. Those traditions, it's okay to let them go. It's okay to begin new, fresh, beautiful, blossoming ones and start planting seeds for generations to come.
Thank you very much, Isabel. But after this event, after this gathering that we are going to have,
Yes.
I would advise you to actually have the one for men. Men in Kigali are being accused of so many things. I really would want to hear from them. And whatever women are accusing them, is it true or it's actually false? But at some extent, I would like to believe it's true. Because people need to actually practice what they call sexual wellness that involves emotional wellness. It involves foreplay. It involves so many things. According to the women in Rwanda, these men are not practicing these things, and it's becoming a problem. So arrange another one for the men after the one for the ladies.
Okay.
I'll see you next Thursday. I have a feeling we should continue with this next Thursday.
We'll make it a series.
We've actually left halfway because there are a couple of questions here still stuck with me that I need to ask.
We should put out a poll. If the audience agrees, we need a part 2, and we need to hear from a man
Absolutely.
on the next one.
I hope they can come through.
Yes, they should.
Kigali in the morning continues.